Hello and welcome to Tara's Daily Insight and the Open Door. I am Mitchell, and this is Thursday, May 30th, 2013, which is number 14 day, which is the Temperance card. It also boils down to a 5, which is a lot of shifting and moving and shaking going on today. So enjoy the ride. Our Temperance card for the day, which would be about just a little bit about being tested and tried. So that's where the number 5 kind of resonates as well. So there's quite a bit of that movement going on. So I am your spiritual caffeine, and like I said, I hear it's quite addictive. So appreciate you guys who are jumping over to my Facebook page and liking that. If you haven't, please do so and follow along there. I post some other great free things there as well. And if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, please do so as well. And you can also visit my personal website to see my services that I offer and my Team Spirit daily message, which often goes along with the card. I post a beautiful picture either that I've taken or that Ty Schultz has taken and put that there. So I hope you enjoyed today. I'm going to do a little teaching of a card and then open the door. Oh, and speaking of the open door, if you have a question for Team Spirit, our source, email me and either here in the comments or personally at Intuit Messenger at AOL, INTUIT messenger at AOL.com, and I'll choose from those that come in and bring them up to Spirit and let them answer the question for you. So all that being said, and also I know a lot of stuff going on. If you have any specific tarot spreads you want me to demonstrate, I've been doing one about every 2 weeks in my newsletter, which I send out for free to everybody. So a lot of free stuff that you guys can partake in. So the cards or your card is Knight of Coins. So this card, first of all, coins are family, resources, finances, money, even your abilities. I love these beautiful horses that are rearing up, and they look more like they're frolicking and playing rather than fighting. I like to always say this in my deck, and this deck is by Ciro Marchetti. You can look that up, and he has 3 tarot decks, a Lenormand deck, and I believe an Oracle deck as well. So he's got quite a few decks, beautiful artwork, and in this deck, there's not actually a person shown in any of the knights. It's just the helmet, which is kind of like the seal or the crest of the kingdom. So you just know whose they are. So that's kind of interesting, because a lot of times this will show me the immaturity or the lack of, shall we say, discernment or strength or even ability to make up their own mind in a person, because the king pretty much tells the knights where to go, who to fight, what to do. This one is a slower moving, stronger energy, family energy, but oftentimes still a little impetuous and immature in the feel and nature, because they haven't quite reached that king and queen kind of status and maturity. So message for today, wisely. Be slow to whip out that credit card and debit card. So just take a breath and just kind of ask Spirit, is this something that is for my highest and best? And if you get a resounding yes, go for it. If you get a no or wait, then do. And if you're one of those people who is never sure if that's your own voice or somebody else's from the other side, ask 3 times. Ask 3 times and allow that to happen. Somebody was asking me the other day, how do you know it's not your own voice in your head? Well, in my experience, and that I've read and studied with teachers, a lot of times it's going to sound like our own voice. But the best way I can describe it, which was really a big relief for me, and I did read it somewhere, so it resonated so loud and clear. If you know when you're talking on the telephone and the person on the other end of the line is speaking, and you're in your head, you're thinking and you're acknowledging, kind of like thinking about their questions and their statements, and you're even thinking of your next question. Well, at that moment, you're hearing a voice, but thinking your own thoughts as well. That is it, because from what resonates with me and what I believe is that you can't have your own thoughts going on at the same time as somebody else's. You pretty much can have just your thoughts. So if you're having a conversation in your head, then chances are it's somebody else's voice, not your own or your higher self. So I hope that helps, because a lot of people ask that question. It was very clarifying for me. Yes, I just saw something outside. So when you see me look around, that's because I'm seeing what's there. So anyway, enjoy this day. Ask the question before you spend small and large amounts or give away. So there you go. I will see you at the open door in just a moment. Well, hello, and thank you for staying tuned in. I am Mitchell, and I feel like Spirit's. Oh boy, if I start to sneeze again, that'll be so funny. That'd be 3 days in a row. I can feel it. There's something going on there. Wow, my nose is twitching. So they say look at a light. So I'm looking at a light. So anyway, I feel like Spirit wants me to talk about kind of like spreads and setting intentions throughout your day and your life. And also divination tools. So there are many, many different ways of divining messages or using divination tools. There are ruins. There are tarot cards, oracle cards. There's scrying, where you look into a reflective surface like a glass or a dark stone, or even a puddle of water or a lake. If you ever played pick-up sticks as a child, there are cultures that they just take sticks and drop them, like spaghetti noodles that are still straight. You just drop them and you discern from. It's all, in my humble opinion, it's all about focusing in that moment and bringing your attention to whatever divination tool is to allow Spirit to speak through you, to you in that way. I've always said, and I still believe that if you know the definitions of the cards, you can give great readings because then it's fully in Spirit's hands. When I read, the cards are just extra help and focus, and then I'm asking questions constantly in my head and listening to Spirit to tell me what's going on in the cards with the cards. It's almost like they're a little spark, a little catalyst. And when I read with somebody, it's always nice that we're both kind of looking down at the table rather than I'm looking right in your eyes. And I know that freaks some of you out when I do that. So the divination tools, be very clear when you start to do a reading, whether it's with cards or runes or Ouija board or anything. I feel like I need to say with Ouija boards, I don't think they're bad or good. I don't resonate with them well. Something in my intuition, when I've asked why, something about who and how they were designed and the intention behind it just has a heavier, denser energy feel. As a kid, I used them, etc., etc. Would I nowadays? No, just not something I step into. I would always say just, if you do use it, just stay high vibration as you can, because it is just another divination tool. And it could just have such a bad feeling from the humans that it still holds on to that, because if a bunch of people think it's bad enough, that intention's set there and it's still in the back of your mind. So those of you who've never even heard that negative feel about it, you probably have great experience with it because you're not influenced by that at all. So but set clear intentions no matter what you're doing. If you're going into a meditation, and this is if you're going to find insight, if you want to find something. The compatibility spread I did the other day was the first 5 cards were all about the foundation of a relationship, and then the last 4 cards were all about how you will grow together. Very clear intention set there of what it is, and also a very clear intention set that if a major arcana card comes up in the final 4 foundation or how you're going to grow together cards, that it's a destiny relationship meant to be, soul contract. I like that word or words better, but still destiny makes me feel the same way about like a soul contract. So set clear intentions before you ask questions. You don't have to use any divination tools. You can just set the intention, something along the lines of Spirit, today, show me through a song lyric, through words, through the weather, through clouds, through leaves, through animals, what I need to know about my personal finances or my relationship with so-and-so. And then just allow it to happen that day. Even in dream time, set the intention before you go to bed to have a dream that would bring you clarity, confirmation, or guidance. Sometimes you might have to set it a little bit more with dreams because you're in a different place and space. But just be open and ready for the answers to come. So all that being said, I thank you very much. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. And I say to you, namaste. The divine in me recognizes and sees the divine in you. See you tomorrow.